Welcome back, everybody. Now we're going to be doing rear brakes on a 2014 Buick Verano. So pay attention, learn something. Stop going to garages. You're welcome to come watch. Customers requesting to watch. Timber. All right. So first we're going to loosen up the caliper. Take the caliper off. Now, this is something you guys have probably never seen before. This is a caliper damper. Okay, that just kind of helps take the vibrations and stuff out of it. A little bit better. There we go. If you use a regular open end wrench, then this will strip on this. So you don't want to, there's a special type of wrench that has more enclosing to it than anything than the open end, so that way they'll strip a lot less. I'll go ahead and break these loose. It's kind of rusted on there. All right, we'll get the brake pads off. Now the pads did not come with new hardware, so I will not be replacing them. And here you can see it was literally just like right there. So there's where your noise is coming from, right there. Okay. We'll go ahead and put on the new pads. You can see there's, I should have felt it before I put on here. So there's a little bit of wear in there. Not much. It's not enough to replace or have the rotors turn. These things in. And now this is another one of them rotating rotors or calipers. So we're going to use one of these little discs that's got little nubs that fit in these little indents right here. Go ahead and start rotating this here. And depending on the pitch of the screw that's in the caliper, that's usually what's used for the parking brakes, will depend on how often you might have to readjust this in order to keep it tight. See, it's already loosened just by a half turn. That's all right, just readjust it as needed. And turn, readjust. Guess I didn't readjust enough. I remember back in the day you could tell the difference between a cop car and a fire truck and an ambulance. Nowadays they all pretty much use the same sirens. Alright, keep rotating until that comes to a stop. You can loosen it up. Go ahead and put this back over. And actually, we're going to go ahead and put this up here for a second, and I'm going to check the guide pins. So we're going to take these out, take a look at them. You can see they have some grease on them. I can get it to focus on it and stuff. But I'm going to put a little bit more grease in there because I don't like, it's like, see, there's no glide there. It's just, it's kind of stiff. See, it doesn't, even with the springiness of this piece of rubber, it just doesn't move. There's not enough in there. So we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more grease into this little device because that's important. You get it in there, move it around. See, now it kind of wants to come back a little bit. It's got a little more springy action to it. That's what we're looking for. We want to make sure it has a bunch of movement. Get that in there, rotate it around, and you want to make sure, because you can see there's a lip right here. The rubber piece is going to snap over that lip. That is what helps ensure that there's a, see that's coming back now. That's what helps ensure that there's no dust getting into that grease. So that makes me feel better, that's nice and springy. I'll go ahead and put this damper back on over here. And we'll go ahead and get this back on. And give it a nice good tighten, like so. You want to make sure you really get some good tightening in there. That way that ain't going to move. And there it is. So there's the brakes. It's done. We'll go ahead and put the tire back on. See, the lug nuts have a aluminum cap on them. The aluminum cap comes off. That's what it looks like. So you want to be careful that you're not using the same size socket to take this and put this on than you are these, because that aluminum cap gives a little bit more room. So if you do that, then you're going to strip this out. You're going to round it off and won't be able to take it off or have difficulties in the future. Go on them ones because this fits this one. Cap come off of that one. And the cap come off of it. I think that screwdriver's too big. Just sit here and spin. There we go. Let's see. That one, I'm going to do this one. Alright, what's the torque specs on these?
100.
100? Alright, so we're going to set our torque wrench to 100 pounds. They are in proper spec. There it is. And that is how you do the rear brakes on a 2014 Buick Verano. Have a good day.